we start with breaking news. After nearly 4 hours of deliberations, the jury in the assault trial against Franklin County Sheriff John Grismore will need to give it more time. ABC 22's Matt Holderman joins us live outside the Grand Isle County Courthouse. Matt, the jury has been deliberating for several hours tonight alone. Are they actually still at it at this 11 o'clock hour?
Yeah, Lauren, the jury is still at it right now. And as of 10 minutes ago, when I was last inside the courthouse, I believe, lost my place here, apologies, they were still picking a date and time to actually be able to come back and continue their deliberations and pick a verdict in this trial. It could be tomorrow, it could be Friday. It sounds like those are the two options the judge has given them. But we'll see. They are still discussing a time they can come back because they were not able to come to an agreement tonight. Other than that, we've only heard from the jury really 2 times since they entered the decision room at 5:45 this evening. Once was when they returned to the courtroom at 7:30 to re-watch the video of Sheriff Grismore kicking detainee Jeremy Burroughs, and they watched it a few times over, in fact. And the other time was at about 9 o'clock. They asked the judge via a note if he could come down to the decision room to answer a few of their questions. He denied that request. It's against court rules. Now, taking things back a step further, a lot else happened in the trial today. First thing this morning, Sheriff Grismore took the stand to testify, and he defended his actions from August 2022, saying he gave Burroughs foot pushes rather than kicks. He also defended his second strike upon Burroughs specifically, saying he thought Burroughs was about to spit on him, and this was in a point in time where COVID and Mpox were major concerns. In fact, Grismore's father died of COVID back in 2021. Now, prosecuting attorney Doug DeSabato fired back at all of that, showing a video of Burroughs kicking a police cruiser earlier that day, asking Grismore to explain why he called that moment a kick, but called his actions upon Burroughs foot pushes. Take a listen to the moment things got heated between the two.
You've categorized this act as a push, and you've categorized Mr. Burroughs' action on the cruiser as a kick. I'd like to know the difference.
It appears that his intent is what's important.
No, I'm talking about an action, Sheriff Burroughs.
Well, I'm not an expert on physical movements of the body, so.
Aren't they both kicks?
They're both movements with the leg in a straight out fashion, yes.
And DeSabato also asked Grismore why he struck Burroughs instead of taking a step back or putting a spit hood on him sooner. And Grismore essentially said it all happened fast and those things didn't come to his mind in the moment. Now, potentially another reason the jury is still here at this 11 o'clock hour too is they need to come to a unanimous decision on their verdict. That is how court rules work. So essentially that they have had one time, by the way, so far at least, where they took a poll of whether they all thought guilty or not guilty, and there were some mixed answers in there. So they're still working on all coming to agreement on whether Sheriff Grismore is guilty or not guilty of simple assault. We will see what they pick there and when they pick it. We're just not sure when that's going to happen just yet. We'll give you updates as they come, but for now, reporting live in North Hero, Matt Holderman, ABC 22 News.